March the 31st, 2023. Guys, you're looking at information coming in this afternoon from Europe. And we finished the book of Revelation right on time, it looks like, because we're seeing the movement of the kings of the East. And they're going to move east, but guys, you know that as it's going to turn and it's going to move south before this is over with. And we're talking about towards Israel. But it says in the video, 50,000 North Koreans depart for Ukraine. Now, this has been translated from Greek, and what they're doing, they're going on to Russia. They're going to come in with Russia and fight with Russia. China creates a 500,000-man private military company. That's like the Wagner group that Russia has. Pyongyang gets nuclear technology and cruise missiles. Ukraine will be flooded. So Ukraine that will not last long. And where will the boundaries form between Europe and these forces? And when will these kings of the north move south? We're seeing it, guys. Let's read a little bit about this information. And again, I've got an update on the book of Revelations for you. It says, for the first time, a Russian military correspondent, and indeed a well-known one, reports that 50,000 North Koreans are ready to leave for the fronts of Ukraine. Various Russian sources are talking about a huge deal between China and Russia aimed at a military reinforcement of North Korea as a counterweight to U.S. moves with South Korea and Japan. All of this is creating this conflict. I don't know how much mainstream is reporting on this right now. I really don't pay much attention to them. It says Pyongyang is already receiving Russian nuclear and cruise missile technology, which has been noticed in the West through its latest launches. And for decades, North Korea has been building up not only their military hardware, but also their stockpiles and their technology. And it looks like all of the sanctions against these countries has backfired on the U.S. All of their military is in top shape, Russia, China, North Korea. Their stock markets and their banks are doing good. Russia's going to report one of its best years ever, and all these sanctions that were forced against them. Babylon is falling, my friends. And what Korea will get out of the entire swap of the deal is to get the U.S. off their back, and Russia and Ukraine are the breadbasket of the world. And so North Korea is going to get a lot of food because they're a small nation on that peninsula, and that will help them tremendously. It says, indeed, the North Korean intercontinental ICBMs now look remarkably similar to the Russian Topol's. The well-known Russian military correspondent Slavkov reported, he said, I spoke with Andriy Shin, the leader of the Korean War Veterans Organization. I was told that about 50,000 North Korean special forces are ready to leave. That's exactly what he told me. He said, and the sister of the North Korean leader stressed that she stands by Russia. In that day, when they put out the notice for volunteers, 800,000 troops filled out an application to voluntarily enlist in one day. The world is turning against Babylon. We're seeing the book of Revelation before our eyes. China can also give North Korea permission to set up private military organizations with 500,000 men that can operate there. Again, Ukraine is about to be flooded. That will be pushed back. Will it create a nuclear exchange? Will it create a massive ground war, or both? We don't know yet. Some of this is mixed articles, but one is, it says the White House says Russia and North Korea have agreed, and that's this trade. Putin and Kim Jong-un are said to have agreed to trade food and other goods needed by North Korea for weapons needed by Russia, according to information available to the White House. And China has won this war against Babylon from inside, because we had traders selling our secrets and depleting our military supplies, depleting our infrastructure this entire time. We know who they are. It says, Moscow and Pyongyang concluded a relevant agreement as reported by the BBC, citing the statements of the press representatives of the National Security Council of the White House. It says globalization. This is another article you can click to because I'm going to link you to all of this information. It says globalization of conflict. North Korea goes to war. U.S. says weapons shipments to Russia and Wagner begin. In a press conference, John Kirby claimed yesterday that as a part of the proposed agreement, Russia will receive over 20 types of weapons and ammunition from Pyongyang. They're not stockpiling this up for a war against Ukraine. It's a war against the West and Europe. We have new information that Russia is actively seeking to acquire additional munitions from Pyongyang. They, with the help of China, have stockpiled and built their technology tremendously. And again, national security spokesmen are saying they're worried about this further support because you saw the West, Europe, and the weak U.S. and the weak European military try to go in and throw everything they could in a proxy war. And now they're about to find out what it's all about. It says North Korea is facing a food crisis with the situation worsening since Kim Jong-un took power. He's moved to a military state. Pyongyang's leader has promised his fellow citizens to strengthen state control over their agriculture and take several measures to increase grain production. Until now, however, the situation remains dramatic. So all of these sanctions, they attempted to take Russia out of SWIFT. They used the petrodollar to terrorize half the planet. All of that's coming back now. It says, meanwhile, the U.S. Treasury Department's Foreign Assets Control Service announced sanctions against Slovakian Asat Martasev, who it claimed tried to facilitate arms deals between Russia and North Korea. Too late for that. It is recalled that the U.S. had previously accused Pyongyang's regime of supplying weapons to the paramilitary group Wagner, Putin's private army, as well as to the Russians fighting on the Ukrainian front. However, Kim Jong-un's government has denied the allegations. The BBC recalls that North Korea is the only country, apart from Russia and Syria, that recognizes the independence of the Moscow-controlled territories of Donetsk and Luhansk in eastern Ukraine. Now, there's videos here of the North Koreans' missile launches. I don't want to play them. There's copyright strikes are coming down left and right, guys, and I want to get this information out because it's biblically related. I hope it doesn't get us in trouble, but there are channels dropping daily. So I'm not going to play that video, even though the information that's I've already said may get us in trouble. We're going to see. I'm going to risk it for this because we are so close to the end times. And Monday they start the rollout of the Fed card. A lot of people I know in the comments said, no, that's not till July. But if you read the actual information, they're implementing it Monday. And the full rollout will be in July. But guys, there's information on that card. And if I find the link that I was reading yesterday about some of the banking requirements, it's not real long, but I'll put a link up about that too. But come here and look at those videos. We are moving into the kings of the East. Now, once they take over that East, will that be the time that we start seeing that movement south and the full Bible prophecy coming into full vision for the entire planet to see? Now, I want to point out something about the book of Revelation revealed. Let's go to our website a moment. And for you guys that have never seen it, this is our website. My wife Tina does this. It's been up 12 or 13 years, I think now. There's about 3.48 million people that have came here. We have a tremendous amount of information on the bottom. On this side, guys, everything from earthquakes to volcanoes, to all the space telescopes that are launched on satellites. You watch the sun and other things, hurricanes, solar dynamics, solar flares. It doesn't matter. It's here. Even the free Bible software here we always see in the videos, and the one that I use to do the book of Revelation in, Revelation Reveal. And just quickly to point out, we do supply the #1 water filter in the world called the Alexa Pure. We even design, patent, and build the air intake for that system here. We also have the world's #1 supply food. And we have been stocking up for a long time, guys, and with the banking system setting up, I get the question, and I try not to promote this. You don't see it very often. but it's the number one. If they're saying, what are we going to do with our cash? What if we can't go to the grocery store? Well, you don't have to use our site, but you could turn that money into food. Get the money, turn it into food. You're about to lose whatever that you have in that bank. Listen very carefully. We are very close to the end. But what I want you to do, and it has to do with the Book of Revelation Revealed, is click on Aurora the guitar, simply because that is the site with our digital downloads. And I didn't want to buy another website and go through that. So click here. It's going to take you over to BPearthWatch Studios, BPearthWatchStudios.com. And you can click Shop Now right there. Now, this is going to bring you to our product page, and first thing you're seeing is 2 downloads from our upcoming CD called Inside, Highway, and Reason. Then you're going to see groups of mostly 3 chapters of the Book of Revelation, digital downloads. Then you're going to see our first CD, Stratosphere, and the newest one, Aurora. Again, Inside will be the 3rd one. And these are the various books in groups. This is Revelation 19 through 22. Instead of doing the big DVD, was very expensive, money's tight for us and for every one of you, and we're right in this banking situation, we decided to give away the digital downloads. And you've got them. There's a free playlist on YouTube, but these, if YouTube goes down or they shut my channel down, those videos are gone. So if you want to digital download these and burn them to a CD or a thumb drive or something that one day, even if it's through a solar panel and a laptop, it's all we have, then you want to review what maybe you're experiencing, which could come very quickly. I went in and I wanted to give them away free. But there's no way, because this is a marketing platform, this particular GoDaddy website builder, that you couldn't put 0 in the price. They were $5, and this is 3 chapters. Most of them are, except 12, and a couple of them, but the longer chapters may be 1 or 2. But they wouldn't let me put free. You could not put 0 in there. It wouldn't let you go any further. So the closest I could get was 10 cents. If I figure out how to do it, and I'm not sure you can on that marketing site, then it will go to 0. But you can get the entire book like this for 60 cents. Fair enough. I hope it is. Again, we wanted to do it for 0. You cannot do it there. I would have had to build another website and find a platform in it for free downloads. But I don't have the time or the will to do that. I've got a lot of things going on. But come here and get your sections if you would like them. Again, digitally download them. Burn them to a CD, flash drive. Save them to a video file on your laptop, something that you can look at if YouTube takes our channel down. And because, guys, we were very close in these books to what we're seeing now. And the Lord revealed that the way I understood it to me, and I revealed it to you. And I think that's the way the book was meant to be, revealed in the end times. And because we see it in the news each day, and with what I just read you about the kings of the East, it may be a good idea to do it. Again, if I could have put 0 in there, I would have done it, but it won't let you do it. So we're watching this, guys. We appreciate it. It's a heads up. Be safe.